inventories, although there is plenty you can discuss with others. If there were, it would go against everything I've described as the crisis we face in the church. Instead of a map, the next steps are a process of being formed, an invitation to find the stories and visions that can lead the church beyond the crisis of decline and into the crisis of an encounter with the living God. These are big and important questions that I hope you will wrestle with in community. Listen to this book with others, together leaning into what it means for your congregation and ministry. There are big ideas in this little book, but also a lot of handles that will help your church and ministry. There are no quick fixes. As a matter of fact, the very assumption of a quick fix misinforms and malforms the church and the church's leaders. 1. Why your church has a problem, but it isn't what you think. Church in crisis. Influence, people, and belief. Make America great again. No matter who you are in today's America, these are fighting words. Some believe the decline of the U.S. is real. They want to return to a great past. Others scoff that America was never great. They strive for a better tomorrow. The irony of the slogan is that it spurs everybody into political action, but for different reasons. Some based on a wistful sense of the past, others based on dreams of a better future. At their best, conservatives want to recapture the greatest parts of yesterday, while liberals strive to build progressively toward a better future. Sometimes we lose the fact that both groups, conservatives and liberals, don't like the current situation. Conservatives look around and see decline, while liberals point to dreams deferred. The present gets measured against a golden past or a perfect future. How can the present measure up when the criterion is always something we imagine, not something real? Sure, both the past and the future are real, but the funny thing about time is that we cannot live in either the past or the future. We can tell ourselves stories of the glory days, and we can imagine tales of what might come, but we can't actually be in the past or the future. This is true of the church just as much as it is true of America. Make First Church of Somewhere great again prompts gut feelings in First Church's leaders. Conservatives wring their hands about how the church has declined. Liberals fret that the church will never reach its full potential to transform society. There is a feeling of not enough, too little influence, too few people, too fragile belief. Conservatives try to recapture something lost, and liberals marshal the right changes to make a difference. While both sides might differ in approach, recovering or reimagining what they hold in common is that both believe the church does not have enough at the moment. The answer to the problem of not enough is more, regardless of tactic. This dynamic plays out in the polarized culture wars that rage in very public settings. On one side, there are battles over prayer in schools, or the Ten Commandments in courthouses, attempts to influence public piety and morality. On the other side, there are fights for racial justice and advocacy for marginalized groups, efforts to influence the future of society toward the common good. At the root, these are fights over proper separation of church and state. There is a formal division. Legally, there is no state religion, but materially, the church still plays a role in the life of the people. The culture wars provide an obvious example, but there are many ways that the church tries to insert itself into the public conversation. There is some sense that in the past, the church was the moral conscience of the nation, or that the church should act prophetically and call the nation to account for its actions. COVID-19 only sharpened the blending of religion and public life. Some, in the name of Christian freedom, rejected public health orders about masking or gathering. Others, in the name of Christian charity, advocated for lockdowns and vaccinations. Even if First Church of Somewhere is not particularly conservative or liberal, is not a declared soldier in the culture war, its leaders had to decide how the community would navigate their Christian commitments